President Biden says he is still on track to announce his Supreme Court nominee by the end of the month. He's pledging to put a black woman on the bench for the first time in American history. His three top contenders are Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit, Leandra Kruger, who is a member of the California Supreme Court, and J. Michelle Childs, a federal judge in South Carolina. If confirmed, the nominee will replace Justice Stephen Breyer, who is retiring at the end of the term. Though some nominees have bipartisan support, some Republicans, including former Vice President Mike Pence, have criticized Biden's pledge to name a black woman to the court. Texas Senator Ted Cruz called it, quote, offensive. According to a recent CBS News poll, the majority of white and black Democrats support the president's decision. They say it's important the court should reflect the diverse gender, ethnic, and racial makeup of the country as a whole. For more on this, I want to bring in Judge Vanessa Gilmore. She recently retired from the bench after serving as federal judge for the Southern District of Texas. She was also the youngest ever appointee to a federal judgeship at 36 years old. Judge Gilmore, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, May.
We know the president has narrowed his list and is still on track to name his nominee before the State of the Union, but there has been some criticism that it's taking him too long. Do you agree?
I don't think that the president can spend too much time trying to make sure that he vets these nominees and make sure that he puts forth to the American people the absolute best possible candidate to go to the Supreme Court. I'm sure that many of them have been going through the vetting process for weeks, if not months. And I think it is important for the Office of the White House Counsel to be able to have the opportunity to make sure that they present the candidate for nomination to the Supreme Court that is best suited to serve.
Now let's talk about the criticism that he is selecting a black woman. Clearly, it goes without saying all of the women being considered are highly qualified. Do you think the woman he selects will be someone both sides of the aisle can get behind, or is this destined to be a bipartisan issue?
I hope that the Senate will be able to get behind whoever the nominee is. As you said, there is no question that whoever is going to be nominated is going to be clearly, supremely qualified to serve in this position. There is nothing that will prevent them from being able to do the job, hold the position, and do well. And there's also nothing wrong with trying to have a Supreme Court that looks like America. It's the same thing that President Johnson did when he nominated Thurgood Marshall in 1967, and that President Reagan did when he nominated Sandra Day O'Connor in 1981, and that President Bush did when he nominated Clarence Thomas in 1991. It is important, I think, to have all views, all perspectives, all life experiences at the table when the Supreme Court is making the important decisions that they make about what happens in the cases that come before them.
Judge, you've served at the federal level. How do you prepare for this type of notoriety?
I think that it's not very comfortable for judges to be in the hot seat in this way. We like to lean on the law and use that as the thing that makes our point in the public arena. Being a potential Supreme Court nominee takes you out of, I think, the comfort zone of what most judges have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. But the Office of the White House Counsel does a good job at prepping and preparing these judges and getting them ready for this opportunity. In fact, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson did this just a year ago when she was nominated and confirmed to the D.C. Court of Appeals. So it will not be unfamiliar territory for her.
And before we let you go, just curious, from a personal perspective, what will it mean to you to see a black woman on the highest court of the land?
Well, obviously, I know some of these ladies personally. We have had opportunities to interact in judicial conferences. They are all highly qualified. It will make me very proud to be able to see someone there. And Justice Constance Baker Motley went through the same thing when she was nominated back in the 60s. Her qualifications were criticized, and she'd already tried 12 cases before the Supreme Court. I think it gives us as African-American judges an opportunity to show the world that we are more than qualified, that we are ready to step into these important roles, and that we have the background, the training, the education, and the perspective to make a significant contribution and be of added value on the court.
Judge Vanessa Gilmore, we appreciate your perspective. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.